Hey everyone, Hurricane Liz here, and I am with my very good friend who happens to live in Miami. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you what he does and how he made an obscene, and I do mean obscene amount of money in a single month. And if you hang on till the end of this actual video, I'm going to tell you how much he made per month. But let's first go ahead and start it. This is my very good friend Laz Chavez. He's from Miami. He lives pretty much where I do. And I happened to meet him, and I happen to be super stunned at the fact that he actually runs Google ads and he sells products. Yep. And not just products that he knows what he wants to sell. He has a very specific system to help people that have no idea what products to sell, how to find super hot products that he sells like hotcakes. Products like a reversible umbrella, which he's going to tell us more about here in a second. So Laz, say hi to everybody and give everybody a little bit background. Where are you from? Well, we already know where you're from, but tell people a bit of your educational background.
Okay, so I actually went to school for mechanical engineering. I thought that I wanted to be an engineer, and surely enough, I read this book called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and it kind of broadened my mindset and what I thought I wanted to do with my life. And I just thought that there was so much opportunity with the internet, with business, how everything was moving, that I just stumbled upon e-commerce and selling products online. And then I was able actually to, over the years, trial and error, learning and just experimenting, I was able to develop some pretty cool skills that I've been able to scale and basically make a lot of money selling stuff online. So kind of took a weird twist there from engineering to selling stuff online, but that just goes to show that it really, anything, you never know what's gonna happen. So it was lucky because now I do this full time, and I'm flexible in my schedule. I can kind of do things all over the world, work, travel. It's all good. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on here.
That's a pretty exciting story, and as he's passing over this sophisticated piece of equipment that we have in the studio, one thing that I wanted people out there to actually realize, could you tell people how old you are and how long it actually took you of trial and error in order to make money?
Yeah, so I'm 25 years old, and when I first started, I was like 21. I was in college, and it took me about 7 months to actually start making any money. For me, it was 7 months. Me and my business partner, Richard, we actually spent all of our savings trying to make this work. And we kind of had like blind faith. We would see a lot of people posting results, showing like screenshots of the numbers that they were doing. And it kind of caught our attention. We're like, wow, like, is this a scam? Does this really work? We're really skeptical about it. But we kept seeing these results, like people posting stuff so often that we're like, this has to work. Like, not all these people, like, they're not all scamming people. Like, this has to be legit. So surely enough, we took a program. We learned kind of the ins and outs of running Facebook ads. Like, we weren't really like profitable, but we saw that the system worked. And then, we started learning Google ads and being able to implement Google ads and Google shopping, and more specifically. And then we were able to basically blow our business out of the water, and it just did amazing. So, fast forward 3 years now, and we're just, killing the game, and everything's going really well. And, we've even gotten to the level where we teach other people too how to do the same thing, which is a blessing. Just to see people, we had one of our students come in the other day, and he actually hit $1 million in sales within his first year of doing e-commerce, which was amazing, because any other business, a year in, you're usually losing money as opposed to making money. And this guy's he's selling $200,000 a month, which, I mean, he's not pocketing all that money, but a good percentage of that he's taking home, which is amazing. He's completely changed his life.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know one thing that you said there that interested me, if you could go back in time, if you had like a time machine, let's pretend you got a time machine. Okay. It's a really cool time machine, obviously, and you go back in time, knowing that you already went through 7 months of like really hard work. Now looking back, what was it that you were doing wrong those 7 months that now if you went back in your time machine, you could fix and would pretty much shorten your learning curve?
So that's a great question, and I think everyone should really think this way and kind of don't take my information for granted, because that was something that I was doing wrong for a really long time. And the number one thing that I think that you could take away is finding the products. and being able to research products and finding products that sell. Because when I went into this, I thought that I knew what products would sell. I thought I had like this preconceived notion that I was like, oh, I know what would sell. I'm gonna get some phone cases that are like really cool, and I'm gonna put them up on the site. I'm gonna sell a bunch of phone cases, and I thought that was what was gonna sell. But on the contrary, it was stuff like a reversible umbrella, quirky stuff that you don't really think would sell. That's what sold for us. So that was the main thing. In product research, you don't need a lot of products to be able to sell. In fact, most of the products that we sell, it's like 1 or 2 products that sell really hot, and we're able to really scale the business with those few products that we're selling. So that's a big misconception that I had when I first started. So if I went back in my time machine and I could tell my prior self what to focus on, what I was doing wrong, I told myself, focus on the product. Test products different. Don't think that you know what product it is, and then just kind of stick to a formula. It's all data driven. So when you're seeing sales come in for a certain product, don't change it. Find more products that are like in that niche. They have the X factor, that people are searching for them, that they're trending, that type of stuff. That's what I would go back and tell myself. And I think it'd make a world of a difference.
That was great advice. Now one other thing. What is your favorite drink? Are you a wine or a beer guy?
Ooh. So I would say wine over beer, but if I had to choose a drink, and I don't know if this is like this is definitely not a manly drink, margarita.
Margarita. I'm more a mojito type of person, but they got a lot of sugar. I got to be careful with my sugar. I'm getting older in age, so I got to be careful, Laz. Well, that's awesome. You're a really young guy. Any advice? Let's say you got somebody that's brand spanking new. What kind of advice do you have for them? You've been able to achieve such a great level of success for such a young age, but what kind of advice do you have for people that are younger than you, or even like all people?
Yeah. And this advice, I think you can apply it to anything. It's not necessarily e-commerce or dropshipping. Main piece of advice is that success doesn't happen overnight. You got to work out whatever it is that you want to do. It's hard, and you're gonna run into roadblocks, you're gonna run into issues, you're gonna have a lot of problems, but it's not the end of the world. There's always a solution. There's always something that you can do. Most of the times people don't start things because they have preconceived notions of like, oh, what if this happens, what if that happens? I mean, that's fine, but just going into the field, trying something out, not quitting after the first sign of failure. That's where greatness happens. You have to break past those barriers, and then that's where amazing things happen. I think that's the biggest piece of advice that you can apply to anything, and certainly that's like one thing that I kind of like live by. I think it's super important. Just nothing's gonna happen overnight. Hard work, dedication, super important in any successful story. So, yeah.
Awesome. And I do have a final question here before you tell us how much money you've made in a single month. And this question comes from Josh, who everybody knows here on our channel. Okay. Josh wants to know what your favorite position is in yoga. Because he heard that you guys here in the office are doing like yoga together. So what's your favorite position in yoga? And I see all those dirty motherfuckers out there. Yeah. I know you guys, I know the people that watch these videos, you guys got to get your mind out of the gutter. I know what you guys are thinking. Yoga position. Yeah, yoga position.
All right, so reverse cowboy. No, I'm just kidding. Yoga position. So my favorite yoga position, probably like upward dog. Like I don't know.
I don't even know what position that is.
Upward dog. Look it up. You guys go on Google. Look it up.
Upward dog. Oh, okay. I know upward dog. As you can tell, I don't do that much yoga.
We gotta get Liz. We're gonna take Liz to the yoga studio after this. We're all gonna hang out.
Yeah.
Do some yoga together.
Good thing I didn't bring my yoga clothes. So as you guys just saw, let's wrap this up by asking Laz, how much money have you made in a single month? So tell people, amaze people out there, what's the most you've made in a single month?
So the most we made in a single month was $2.2 million. Obviously, that's sales, not profit, but $2.2 million, like it was insane. Like the amount of stuff that we were selling, we didn't even think that was possible. Like 100,000 seemed like a long shot, then we hit 100,000. 500,000 seemed like a long shot, then we hit 500,000. 2.2 million, it was just insane. And I mean, it's possible, it's doable. I mean, I was super skeptical when it happened to me, but it's possible, guys. And I mean, it's just comes with the time and effort and putting just all the work in. It's possible, but you know, success doesn't happen overnight. What else can I say?
Well, congratulations, Laz, and I know that you and Richard both deserve it, and I'm pretty sure everybody out there appreciates all the information you've shared. Again, guys, if you have questions for Laz, put them below. I'll make sure he answers them, and I'll also put a link down below to his channel so you guys can connect with him, and he can show you some tips. Like, he's got a YouTube channel, it's just launching, so he will show you guys kind of his system for actually selling physical products, which it's not all on Amazon. As he showed, you can do it on Google too. So I know people are very thankful for you sharing this information. So thanks again, Laz, and I look forward to seeing other great things from you. You're like a young buck.
Yeah, well,
25 years old. So yeah, so awesome. Click below and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you.